All right, Coach, after an all-star type first half, you really locked it down defensively in the second half, and that was really the key to this game to help you kind of extend the lead and win it in the end.
For sure. That's what we talked about at halftime. The first team that decides to play some defense will have an opportunity to win this game, and it's a credit to our guys in the locker room keeping our standards high and really just going out in the second half and executing on both ends of the floor. And, this is a tough back-to-back. They're a team that plays hard. They're fast, and if you don't get a hold of them, they can gain some confidence.
How nice was it to see CJ? His shot's been scuffling the last couple of games. Boy, he really broke out of it last night, got 30, and it was just good to see the ball go in the hole for him.
It was great to see CJ be aggressive, make some shots. Like you said, Graf, for last 3, 4, 5 games, what have you, just kind of missing some easy ones. He knocked them down today, and that was the difference in the game for sure.
Yeah, how good was it to see Zion, Braden, and CJ, all get going in the same game?
It was great. Those 3 guys have been fantastic all season, and that's what it's going to take for us. It's going to take that type of effort, that type of execution as we continue to progress.
Zion athletically it looks like he's in a different place than a few months ago. What has allowed him to reach this point?
He's continuing to stack his days, and, we're seeing the results of that.
And how much do you kind of see the rebounding as a reflection of that, just his aggression and going up and getting those boards as much as he has been?
Quite frankly, whatever he decides to do on the floor, when he's right, he can do it. And the rebounding is another component to that. He's going up, you guys are watching, getting offensive rebounds, getting second chance points, defensive rebounds, igniting our break. He's playing really good basketball right now.
Just what did you think about the minutes Jeremiah was able to give you tonight, playing him some backup 5, just the opportunity for him to step in and give you some minutes?
He was great. He stepped in right away and didn't miss a beat. And it's a credit to all of our guys and our coaching staff, medical performance. They all stay working and stay preparing because you never know when your moment is going to be called. And tonight, Jeremiah, he was really good, and we're grateful to have him.
Willie, go a little deeper on Graf's question. First 30 minutes or so, you guys gave up 86 points. Over the final 18, just 21 points. Did somebody say something, or who kind of led that turnaround?
I'm sure the guys were talking in the locker room. We came in at halftime and addressed it. And they're a team that wants to get into the paint. They want an offensive rebound and get second chance opportunities. So we had to adjust how we were guarding. We can't, you can't be up pressuring the whole time and allowing straight line drives. And once we took on that challenge of guarding the ball, being in shifts, the game turned for us. And more than likely, that's collectively all the guys talking amongst themselves.
Will you change up your rotations in the second half between BI and Z? Or I think you played for the whole third quarter. Can you go into what were you thinking behind that?
We liked what was going on with that group, and BI had it going. And so when you have nights like this, back to back, got some guys out. For us, we just have to feel what's going on the floor, and we felt BI had it going. We wanted to ride him, and then we can get him a quick break when we need to.
Coach, you're sitting at 41 wins right now. Last year you didn't get that till April 5th. First year you didn't get to 41 at all. Even though the season's going on, do you kind of take little moments to kind of reflect on the progression of your coaching staff and the franchise year over year?
Absolutely. It is a tremendous blessing to be in the position that we're in right now. And I'm grateful for the opportunity from Ms. Benson and Griff and our management staff to coach this team and to see us continue to improve year in and year out. This season is not finished. Obviously, we got more to do, but when we get that type of buy-in, I just give credit to God, and I'm grateful for it.
Hey, Willie, this team is 15-5 over the last 20 games. What can you say about the consistency and how much do you like how consistent y'all are kind of starting to strengthen?
Yeah, it's been good for us. We're putting the work in, and that's where it starts. It starts with our ability to take our film work, to teach on the floor, to have competitive practices and then have carryover when the game comes. And that's a credit to all of our guys, all the staff that's working diligently behind closed doors. And we're starting to see that pay off down the stretch.
And going back to, you guys have the 41 wins. You're obviously familiar with the history of this franchise, only 150 in the season here in New Orleans. Does that kind of add meaning to what you guys are doing right now, that you're doing something that really hasn't been seen very much here with this franchise?
Once again, I'm super grateful. It's a tremendous blessing. I don't even want the credit. The credit goes to our amazing staff, our players. I'm grateful to be in this position, and we're just going to continue to try to win as many games as we can and see where the chips fall. But we love this group. Makes it easy to come in every day. They compete. Their togetherness is off the charts, and we just want to maximize our potential.
Willie, you're about to hit the road again. Like, why has this team been so successful on the road, you feel like?
I'm not sure. If I had to pinpoint anything, it's just the consistency of holding themselves to a certain standard. If we're at home, we try to hold ourselves to a certain standard. We can be better. But when we go on the road, same thing. We try to lock in, sacrifice, get a meal, what have you, get rest, and get ready to play. Okay, thank you.
I think it was 5 at halftime. Just what allowed you guys to put that one away in the second half.
I think we just focused more on our game plan discipline, understood our personnel, how to close out, taking better angles, communicating a little bit better, and then I think defensively preventing second chance opportunities, and then getting out and running the offense. I think we held them to 39 points in the second half, which is, more of our defensive identity.
When you're coming off a like emotional win like you are last night, is it hard to like lock in on defense for 48 minutes? Is that like?
I would say that back-to-backs are difficult mentally and physically, but this late in the season, everybody's a little bit more fatigued. Everybody's a little bit more run down, but we got something that we want to accomplish as a team, and these are the type of nights where you got to just figure out a way to kind of push through the fatigue, push through the mental exhaustion, and do what you can to help your team win. I think everybody did a great job of stepping up. A lot of guys that hadn't played in a while contributed. Earl was ready to play as always, true professional. Jose played 30 minutes tonight. Naji, 23 minutes tonight. They were all great, and obviously our starters and Trey did a terrific job of, being able to maintain leads, being able to, play through a couple of their runs and figure out a way to get a win that we needed.
For you, was it just making shots that you've been missing lately tonight, or was it a different approach you took?
Yeah, I've had a lackluster couple of weeks of just missing open shots and just not playing at a high level that I hold myself to, and just getting back to the lab, working on my craft, and watching film, figuring out how I can be efficient and assertive. Z pulled me to the side after the game during the game against the Clippers. Like, I just need you to be aggressive. I need you to be Portland CJ. I need you to score. He's like, I need you to score. I need you to shoot. He's like, we'll facilitate. You got to shoot. And I was like, all right, say no more. I got you, bro. So just trying to be aggressive, trying to pick my spots. And I think we got a lot of talented guys, a lot of guys who create gravity in terms of double teams. BI's getting double, Z's getting double. Team is always aware of them. JV gets double, you know what I mean? So just trying to pick my spots and be aggressive. And I think some of it was just me missing shots, and then some of it was just me not being aggressive or assertive enough. I think tonight I got back to the basics and played better.
And UBI and Z all had 20 tonight. Trey had 20 as well. When y'all three in particular are making shots with that starting unit, what does that kind of do to opposing defenses when it's really hard for them to decide who they're going to try to stop?
Yeah, it makes it very difficult. They got to pick their poison. You know what I mean? It's hard for them to close out on our shooters. It's hard for them to protect the paint on Z. It's hard for them to protect the paint when B is driving, getting downhill. And I think they're making the right decisions on when to score, when to pass. And I think it makes the game easier for everybody. And then you got Trey's going to get shots. You got Naji's going to push the tempo and make shots. You got Jose's going to come in and change the game, and so on and so forth. So I think it's a collaborative effort to where, offensively we really haven't had that many issues. Sometimes we get a little stagnant, but we have the talent to figure it out. I think it's just continuing to keep our defensive identity, getting stops. Because then the game is fun, right? We don't got to call plays. We're just running. Z's getting dunks, guys getting to the rim, we getting transition threes, and the game becomes really easy when you get stops.
CJ, it's known that the best players bring it on both ends. Can you talk a little bit about what you've seen from BI and Z, say, over the last 6 weeks, or however long it's been, where we've seen them really bring it on both ends? I've
seen a lot of growth in the mindset and the approach and the preparation, and them wanting the challenge of guarding different guys, from Z guarding Kawhi to BI. He was guarding Jared Allen. He was guarding Don. I mean, he's guarded a lot of different guys, and I think that's what we want. You want them to compete at a high level on both ends, and there's an accountability that kind of goes across the board to where, guys playing 35, 36 minutes a night, huge offensive load, and they still taking a challenge defensively. There's no excuses for other guys to not be giving forth the same effort. So I think it sets a really good precedent for our team that, collectively for us to be great, our best players got to defend too, and that includes myself as well.
And in tonight's game, was it really noticeable for you guys that you were missing just Herb Jones's energy out there?
Yeah, Herb is always talking, though. So he's talking on the bench. He's constantly staying involved, staying engaged, and encouraging us. And that's just the type of guy he is. Y'all think he's quiet, but he's really not that quiet.
Is it, same subject, just without him on the court, is there a bit of an adjustment maybe early in the game to playing team defense without what he does individually and direction?
For sure. I mean, he covers up a lot of our mistakes. with his presence, with his ability to cover space, closeouts, communication. And, I mean, you've seen him getting dunks and layups. We looking around like, where's Herb? You know what I'm saying? But I think we picked it up in the second half. We communicated a lot better, and we missing one of the best, if not the best, defensive player in the league. Guy who can make threes. He's shooting 42 or 43% on threes. Finishes well around the basket. He's in top 10. Field goal, top 10 finishing wings. I mean, he's having a great year and showing his versatility. That hurts. He's missing Larry tonight too. Another guy who's great defensively, vocal, can switch, rebounds well, pushes the tempo, a great connector for us on offense and a finisher. So I mean, that obviously hurt, but I think in those moments it gives other guys an opportunity to show up, and it really shows your team depth, and that's why it's important that guys are always ready to play.
Okay, CJ, thank you for your time, man. Appreciate it. You didn't have any questions?
Yeah, I heard it, man.
I did. He really knows how to articulate himself. It's very impressive.
Y'all shut the door on them late third quarter, early fourth quarter. Just what changed in that time for y'all to put that one away?
Kind of piggyback off what CJ said. Just our defensive communication. We had to sharpen up some things that we weren't really doing in the first half. But once we sharpened those things up, we were good.
Yeah, I mean, athletically, it looks like you've really made a ton of steps in the past few months. Just what do you think has allowed you to get to this place where you are now?
Just stacking my days. Trying not to do everything at once, just taking it day by day, and just over time, just seeing the results.
Yeah, I mean, is it just about consistency? That's kind of the main thing.
Yeah, just staying consistent with extra work and extra conditioning.
And for you, just how much does the game change when you're grabbing, 8, 9, 10, 12 boards? Does the game kind of feel different for you when you're, making that kind of impact on especially the defensive glass?
Absolutely, because then I don't even have to look for an outlet. It's I just get the rebound and pushing in transition.
And then just with Trey shooting the ball the way he has lately, how much has that kind of affected the offense, and especially for you, just giving you additional spacing out there?
It's been good to see Trey shoot the ball like that because his confidence is there. Trey can go over 8, over 10 for all I care, but as long as he's shooting it with confidence, I'm good. So just to see Murph really having his confidence back is all I really care about.
And y'all didn't have that complete group tonight, but one of the lineups Willie's been going to a lot is you with the 4 bench guys, Trey, Jose, Naji, and Larry. What are you seeing out there when y'all 5 are out there together that's allowing y'all to kind of take off on teams?
Our pace. Our mindset with that group is, get stops and run. And if they score, don't dwell on it. Just inbound the ball and push it up the court.
And Z, in the middle of November, you told us you were going to take a back seat. Can you articulate just how different things are now, what kind of headspace you're in, physically, mentally, everything?
I wasn't where I needed to be. I talked to CJ and I talked to BI about it at the beginning of the season, and CJ definitely stepped up. I don't think he gets enough credit for that, especially early in the season. CJ really stepped up for this team. BI is BI. I don't even got to talk about how great BI is. But CJ really stepped up for this team early in the season, and even halfway, just being a leader and just having a huge impact on the game while I was stacking my days and getting to where I needed to be. And like I said, over time, my coaches and my teammates, they saw it and they trusted me, and they're continuously trusting me. So I got to give CJ his respect on that, and BI.
Hey, Zion, kind of looking ahead a little bit, this team's played pretty well on the road. What do you kind of attribute that success to on the road?
I said in a press conference, it's our personalities that we have on this team. When we're on the road, something about going on somebody else's turf and getting a win, just we thrive for that. I know last year we didn't do too well on the road, so this year for us to be doing as good as we are on the road is definitely a step in the right direction.
Thank you.
You guys have a great night.